The media loves pitting fearless wonder kids against relentless goal-scoring machines to crown the next true king of football. On one side, Lamine Yamal represents the archetype of the fearless wonder kid and highly creative winger. Opposite him, Erling Haaland stands as the archetype of the unstoppable goal machine and pure striker. Directly comparing a 17-year-old creator to a prime center forward is structurally and analytically flawed. A manager's priority is determining which tactical profile provides the highest return on investment for the team's existing infrastructure. Building a world-class system forces a choice. A club must decide how much budget and tactical focus to allocate toward generating chances versus finishing them. This scatterplot helps separate these two playstyles objectively. The horizontal axis tracks touches per 90 minutes to measure involvement, while the vertical axis tracks goals per 90 to measure execution. Yamal sits right here, far to the right. He demands a high volume of touches to influence the game, even if his direct goal output remains lower. Haaland appears in the opposite corner. His on-ball involvement is statistically low, but his efficiency in executing chances is historically high. To understand these superstars, we have to look past the highlights and analyze the structural costs required to field either the ultimate creator or the ultimate finisher. At pitch level, Yamal functions as a system enabler. His primary job is to independently progress the ball and initiate attacks from the wing. When a defense drops into a deep low block, passing achieves nothing. Yamal's high-volume dribbling is the specific tool used to break that structure apart. Look at this tactical map demonstrating dribbling gravity. When Yamal takes on his man, he draws multiple defenders, physically warping the opposition's shape and exposing a wide zone on the far side. This is only effective if high IQ secondary runners exploit the space he creates. The trade-off for this creativity is possession loss. High-volume dribbling naturally leads to frequent turnovers in the final third. Because Yamal will lose the ball, the system requires heavy investment in defensive midfield cover to protect against transition counterattacks. A system enabler creates attacking chaos, but demands rigid positional and defensive discipline from the remaining 10 players. Inside the penalty box, the demands shift. Haaland serves as the primary endpoint of a possession sequence, rather than a participant in it. The return on this profile is elite conversion. He finishes high-quality chances at a rate virtually unmatched in modern history. Even without the ball, his physical presence and box movement pin opposition center-backs deep, forcing the defensive line backward. The major structural trade-off is isolation. If the opponent neutralizes the midfield service, Haaland becomes disconnected from the flow of the game. When that happens, the team is effectively forced to build possession and defend with only 10 active men. To maximize this physical profile, a manager often adopts direct, pragmatic strategies that bypass complex midfield systems to reach the striker quickly. An apex executioner offers elite scoring efficiency, provided the team is willing to sacrifice a player in the build-up phase and dedicate their entire tactical system to feeding him. Let's look at this comparison matrix to see how their statistical outputs are inverses of one another. Under creation, Yamal leads in dribble success, progressive carries, and expected assists. In the execution category, Haaland dominates conversion rates, expected goals over performance, and penalty box touches. This quadrant chart compares the physical output required by the player versus the tactical support required from the squad. They land in opposite quadrants, visualizing their inverse dependencies on squad infrastructure. Haaland requires a system to feed him the ball, while Yamal requires a system to protect him when he loses it. Moving from theoretical data to practical application, how does a data analyst choose between these profiles? We can use a logical framework that starts by identifying a squad's primary tactical deficit. If a team lacks an offensive identity and struggles to break down low blocks, they require the spark of a creator. If a team already possesses dominant ball control but fails to score, they require an executioner. Treating these players as direct competitors is unproductive. Their value is dictated by the specific tactical gaps in a squad. For the data optimizers analyzing week-over-week reliability, the evaluation goes a step further. Haaland offers a highly reliable statistical floor because his role is special as analytic from the wider run of play. A creator's data output naturally fluctuates based on his physical development and his teammates' ability to finish his chances. Expecting one player to dominate both creation and finishing is a relic of previous football eras. Modern systems require specialized archetypes. The concept of a singular king of football has been replaced by specialized roles. Success now depends on identifying which tactical profile the system actually requires.